It's now time for the morning show on XL7-TV.
Welcome to the morning show on XL7-TV. We want to thank you for joining us. Bob is here with us today. He's going to join us because we're going to have Jake Long on later on to talk about the millage that did not pass by 16 votes, right?
17 is
17.
The latest I read.
17.
Yeah. Somebody changed their mind.
One more person to... Anyway, morning, Scooter.
Good morning. Whoop, whoop.
There you go.
I had to get it out there.
Well, yeah. But I got to say something to you first, right? He can't just throw it in there all willy-nilly.
You could just throw it away. It'd be all right with me.
I know, but it's fun.
Dun, 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 dun.
You remember that, right?
Dun, 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 dun,
I remember when I was doing when I was doing his part for the
That piece of
internship,
diarrhea.
and they had me doing that each time. I thought it was pretty neat. I couldn't
thought it was
not
really,
do it.
yeah. And I mean, it was just a cool little feature we added. I thought that was great.
Right, and I'm
Yeah.
sure
The
everybody.
best thing that's disappeared since.
No, I'm sure everybody loved it and they missed it. So,
Yeah.
There we go. I love it. All right, Bob, your turn.
No.
No.
just say hi.
No.
Hi.
Every party has a pooper. That's why we invited you, party pooper. Go ahead.
We'd like to start the morning show off with a morning prayer brought to you by Roller Funeral Home. With all our respect, they have 29 in the state, 1 in Memphis, Tennessee, and we sure do appreciate them in our time of need when we lose a loved one. It sucks. So it's one of them things that I hope we don't go through for a long, long time, right, boys?
Yep, but someday you're gonna.
Someday you're gonna.
Might as well plan ahead.
Yep. So with that, we'll take a pause for the morning prayer. Dear Lord, please watch over us, watch over this nation. I know I've asked multiple times, but I'm going to keep on asking. It seems to be nobody can get along, nobody can agree on anything. We just hope that you bring us all together and be like-minded once again as America, not all these groups that they're starting to place us in. We are Americans. We are proud of this country. We know the past hasn't been the greatest, but we keep getting better. And so just, stand by us and watch over us and keep us safe. This I pray. Amen.
Amen.
Roller Funeral Home, with all our respect. Give them a call, 870-425-2161, to set up your pre-needs. Always good to have a plan in place. I know we've talked about this a couple of times. And Bob, do you have a pre-need plan made or
Get in the ground.
get in the ground?
Get in the ground as quick as I can.
Mine is just...
As John Prine would say, put my brain in a hurricane and the blind can have my eyes. Just let me go.
Very nice.
Let me go.
I'm just going to be cremated and let them choose the spot to spread my ashes. But I said it had to be a beautiful view. That way, when you want to visit me, you
Like
have a
this
beautiful
one?
view. This one here?
Let him toss it off of this view.
No.
The one that's coming up after the
that,
commercial.
yeah. Well, yeah, but not in the Zadora's backyard. But like it, yes. Something like that, right?
Just let him float the river and dump them off for the fishes.
There you go.
He's sleeping with the fishes.
We can arrange that.
Give Roller Funeral Home a call, 870-425-2161. And with that, we are going to take a commercial break and love this from Bob and Linda Zadora of the Z Team.
Ever been in a cave before?
It's our first time.
All right.
Where are you going?
I'll see you at the car!
How will we?
The car! Your offer has been accepted. Ever bought a house before?
It's our first time.
All right.
Where are you going?
I'll see you at the closing.
But how will we?
The closing!
Welcome back. I do enjoy that every day. You can just keep playing it. It's
pretty
funny.
cool. It's
It
pretty
is.
cool. I
And
like it.
it makes a lot of sense. With somebody 98% satisfaction rating, right?
Yep.
That means
They
they
won't
take
leave
care of
you hanging.
They won't leave you hanging like that. I'll see you at the closing.
What?
The closing.
Bob, you want to throw anything in here?
No.
Come
Okay.
on, Bob. Well, they're relatives you'd recommend to a friend, right, Bob?
Sure.
Yeah, Bob and Linda Zadora of the Z Team. They like to bring you a view of the White River, shot from the very back of their house. That is Cotter, Arkansas. They're in Marion County looking into Baxter County. Absolutely beautiful view of God's country. You can go to retiredtoarkansas.net and find this camera and other ones that'll zoom in here and there and everywhere. It's really cool to see. There it is. And
That's a cool shot.
Yes. The Rainbow Bridge down there.
Now, I got here this morning
yes.
when the lights were still on the bridge and I was doing the program. So I did a screenshot because I actually thought it was pretty cool. It had some more fog.
It was.
Down by the bottom.
Well,
and
that is cool.
is a very pretty shot. That was the screenshot I took this morning from the camera.
It'd be a good screensaver on your computer.
It would be. It's
Right.
nice.
It
I
is.
like it with all the lights and everything. It's really cool.
That's cool.
Go to retiredtoarkansas.net and you can find that shot and screenshot it. There's
Yep.
a little icon down at the bottom that you can just click on. There it is. And just click on, which one is it on there?
What's that?
Yeah.
No, you'll have to use the screenshot button. There's a button on your computer that'll allow you to
Oh,
do that.
okay. Do it that way. I always thought there was a little button on
There used to be on the old program.
Oh, and now a new program. Taketh away. Well, if you know how to do a screenshot of your computer, then you don't need it. Bob and Linda Zadora of the Z Team, they are realtors you'd recommend to a friend. Give them a call, 870-405-0793. Like I said, go to retiredtoarkansas.net. You can find this shot of the White River. You can find their listings. They also have the MLS listings. They are licensed in the state of Arkansas and Missouri. So if you find a beautiful view in Missouri, they can still help you out. I love that shot.
Yes. The one that comes up next I like even better. I think it moves to one that's on the just
Where
to
it goes
the right.
up the river or down the river
and you
to the
kind of
right.
see that little island that
Yeah.
goes around, and
Yeah.
I think that's a pretty cool shot.
That is a really cool shot. So you just got to keep talking. Please hold. There it goes.
Oh, you can't see it that much with the fog.
There we go. Yeah, but it still looks cool. Very ominous. It's smoke.
On the water.
You started that, Bob.
Bob's like, I don't know why I said in this morning.
I may be leaving at
I
7:30.
agree with this.
Beautiful shot of Cotter, Arkansas, the White River, God's country. We absolutely love living here. And if you don't live here and you want to, you need to find a home, right? Call Bob and Linda Zadora of the Z Team, 870-405-0793. Go to retiredtoarkansas.net and find you a house. Move into this beautiful Twin Lakes area we know and love. I've been here since 93, and I can't think of another place I'd rather live, right?
Yep.
Yeah. All right, with that, let's see what the old Twin Lakes area weather's going to be like. And there we go. Mountain Home, Arkansas is at 66, Harrison at 70, Batesville at 70, Yellville's at 70, Marshall's at 72, Salem at 63, Mountain View at 72, Calico Rock at 66, West Plains, Missouri is at 63, Springfield, Missouri at 65, Poplar Bluff at 64, and St. Louis is at 60. Moving into fall, boys. National radar shows, got some minor activity in right there. Well, now it disappeared on me. I was going to say in Missouri just a little bit. It looks like it's pop up. But really the Gulf Coast has the most activity down across New Orleans, Alabama, Mississippi, and Florida. Got a little bit over Washington, D.C. Some that is just moving off the coast of New York and Boston area. Des Moines, Iowa. Looked like something was popping up there later on in the afternoon. But otherwise, New Mexico, North Dakota, just minor activity across the U.S. Looks like it's going to be a pretty day. Oh, national weather, please hold. There we go. It looks like high pressure steers moisture to the north in areas of Utah and Wyoming. Well, yeah, Wyoming, South Albuquerque. Nothing too bad. Water vapors last 6 hours. Oh, what's going on here? There we go. We have dense fog advisories in Oklahoma, parts of northern Mississippi, and in Tennessee. Arkansas, Missouri is looking pretty good. It's got a flood watch over in the Nevada, Utah, Arizona, and California. And red flag warnings in southern Oregon, northern California, and northern Washington. And heat advisories across South Dakota and parts of southeast Montana. 7-day forecast. Today, sunny, high of 90. Tonight, mostly clear, low of 65. Friday, sunny, high of 91. Friday night, mostly clear, low of 64. Saturday, sunny, high of 90. Saturday night, mostly clear, low of 67. Sunday, sunny, high of 95. And Sunday night, partly cloudy, low of 70. Monday, bring a little showers back. Slight chance of thunderstorms at 20%, a high of 93. Let's see what Monday night says. Still a 20% chance of showers and thunderstorms. Partly cloudy with a low around 69. It's looking beautiful, especially this weekend. I think it's time to go float again if we can. Excuse me. Allergy, let's see. Tree pollen today is none. Tomorrow, none. Saturday, none. Grass pollen today is moderate. Tomorrow is low. Saturday is low. Ragweed, we have 0. Norfolk Lake water level is at 558.68. Its level is 6.68 feet above full pool. They are generating 0 as of today. Bull Shoals Lake water level is at 666.07. Level is 7.07 feet above full pool. They are generating 2. And that is a look at your weather, brought to you by the Z Team, Bob and Linda Zadora. Give them a call at 870-405-0793. Go to retiredtoarkansas.net, where you can find their listings. You can find the beautiful shot of the White River. They also have all the MLS listings. And like I said, they've
got a lot of stuff on that website.
A lot of stuff. Yeah, even community stuff that's going on. I probably should go to their site and just see one of these days.
You should.
Right. That's right. The Z Team. Bob and Linda Zadora, they are licensed in Arkansas and Missouri, so they can help you in either state. So give them a call, 870-405-0793. They're relatives you'd recommend to a friend. I recommend them. I say they have a commitment to excellence. And with that, take a short break and come back with some community news.
It's a matter of taste, and at Brick Oven Pizza Company in Mountain Home, delicious taste is all you will find. Enjoy signature crafted pizzas and appetizers, as well as oven-baked sandwiches, quesadillas, salads, pastas, and desserts. When it comes time to relax or meet up with friends, Brick Oven Pizza has you covered. Handmade cocktails and ice-cold beer are always available at their fully stocked bar. No time to dine in? No problem. Call in your order and use Brick Oven's convenient drive-thru window for all your to-go orders. It's a matter of taste at Brick Oven Pizza.
Well, this nice little piece of community news. The Blanchard Spring Caverns to reopen after 2 years closure. Have you been down there?
Nope.
You been to Blanchard Springs Cavern?
My family have. I hadn't been down there. I didn't know they were closed.
Yeah, I didn't know either. It says officials from Ozark St. Francis National Forest have announced Blanchard Springs Caverns in Stone County will reopen for the first time in 2 years on August 18th. According to a release from the Forest Service, multiple factors contributed to the lengthy closure of the caverns, including ongoing facility repairs and safety mitigation measures related to the pandemic. Officials state safety and the desire to provide a quality visitor experience remain the top priorities for forest and cavern staff. So that's good to see that they've opened that back up.
Yeah,
I've been to it. It's really beautiful. I love going into those.
Oh, I love caves.
Yeah. Have you been to the one up north of Springfield where they drive you through it?
Yeah, I went through that one, but I didn't go through Blanchard. My family did, but I couldn't go that day. So
that's a shame. You should go.
Yeah.
It's definitely really cool. Jury duty canceled for one group today, scheduled for another, so you want to check into that if you have jury duty. Have you ever been called in for jury duty?
I have a permanent release.
Permanent release, Scooter?
I was called in one time, and there was something else going on, so I got out of it.
I got called in, got into the courtroom where everybody's sitting, and then they canceled it 10 minutes later. I was like,
okay.
I know, right?
Now, my wife got called in. She got one that drug out forever.
Right.
Yeah.
And let's see, in other news, we have Jennifer Baker has announced she will be running for re-election for the Ward 2 Position 1 seat of the Mountain Home City Council. She previously stated she would not seek re-election, but has since changed her mind. That'll happen, right? Baker says, for the last several months I have stated I would not run for re-election. What I did not anticipate is the sadness I would feel at not having the opportunity to serve as a council member. And so with that, she's going to be running again. Look for her on the ballot. And
Let's talk about that Cranfield thing.
the Cranfield thing. Well, the courtesy dock has been reinstalled at Cranfield. They had said that the low slope, and it has kind of a high slope to the dock, that it was not safe, so they took it out. And now that the water's gone down, they can safely put it back in where it's supposed to be. So
All right.
we've got that back in there. The burn ban is lifted in Baxter County and Salesville. Judge Mickey Pendergrass has decided with the recent rain that we got that the conditions are, still be safe, but conditions are good if you do need to burn. It looks like according to the Arkansas Forestry Commission, Baxter, Boone, and Newton counties remain under a moderate wildfire danger. Marion, Fulton, Izard, Searcy, and Stone counties are under a low danger. So with that, all right, that's community news. You got anything you want to add?
No, I'm good.
Morris, all right. We're going to take a break, and we're going to come back with Dr. Jake Long, Mountain Home School Superintendent.
I got one quick thing.
Yeah.
You know, there's a new coffee and custard place going up 201 North called Denbrough Coffee and Custard. They are going to open Monday.
Okay.
Open Monday.
Yeah,
Custard.
I've been getting some free fruit smoothies through there as a trial run for the last couple of days.
See how it is?
Let me tell you, it's going to be good.
Deliciousness.
Yeah.
Now, where's that at again?
Just before the Shell station on 201 North, close to the light at Arkansas on 201 North. Denbrough Coffee and Custard.
Very nice. We'll have to give them a try.
All right.
Take a break, and we'll be back.
Have you ever noticed every time you wash your car, you end up wetter than the actual car? Next time, run down to Car Care and let the friendly staff put a smile on your face. Car Care of Mountain Home has a variety of services to clean your vehicle's needs, inside and out. From a simple wash and shine to their outstanding detail services. Located 1525 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. Stop by Car Care Mountain Home today, because driving a clean car always makes you feel good.
At Connor Family Funeral Home, our goal is to provide our friends and neighbors with caring, compassionate services at an affordable price. Connor Family is a full-service funeral home that offers a wide range of services to meet your family's needs and customs. We are the first on-site crematory in the area and provide many options to memorialize your loved ones and address all the details for a more personalized service. Where compassion and affordability meet, Connor Family Funeral Home in Mountain Home.
When you think about Hospice of the Ozarks, it's our desire that you think about finding a way to live your life to the fullest while living with a serious illness. If you ever need help and support, we provide a team of healthcare professionals and volunteers that will support your physical, emotional, and spiritual aspects of life while doing the same for your family and caregivers in the comfort of your own home or wherever you call home. When you think about Hospice of the Ozarks, we hope that you grant us permission to walk on the journey with you. Your not-for-profit option since 1979.
When you're out of town, make sure your pet is with someone who will love them as much as you do. At 201 Pet Salon and Resort, your pet is cared for just as they would be at home. 201 Pet Salon and Resort is the only all-suite climate-controlled and air-filtered boarding facility in the area with private and spacious rooms to keep your pet relaxed. And with over 3/4 of an acre of fenced play area, your pet will receive the proper exercise they deserve. 201 also offers professional grooming services. Your best friend is in good hands at 201 Pet Salon and Resort in Mountain Home.
Are you looking for the best barbecue in 2 states?
Holy smokes!
Want the meatiest fall-off-the-bone ribs?
Holy smokes!
The most tender and delicious pulled pork?
Holy smokes!
The tastiest brisket in the Ozarks?
Holy smokes!
Holy Smokes Barbecue and Catering is the only place you need to go. Dine in, carry out, and the best food for your next catered event.
Holy smokes!
We're your mountain home for great barbecue cooking.
Holy smokes!
A higher calling for your taste buds.
Jim Brown Company keeps you cool when it's hot and warm when it's not. A trusted name in the mountain home community, Jim Brown Company provides timely heating and cooling installation and repairs. Our certified technicians incorporate new technology on every job to provide you with the most advanced services. At our metal fabrication shop, we handle projects big and small. We've created everything from commercial ducts to custom designs.
I'd recommend Jim Brown Company to my friends and neighbors. The reason being they have high-tech equipment. Their service techs are well qualified for the job that they do, and they also send me a report after all the work is done so I know exactly what my unit's doing.
By visiting our showroom, you can learn all about our heating and cooling products. We'll educate you on your options and help you decide on the right solution. For total comfort at your home or business, choose Jim Brown Company. Quality service with a family name since 1964.
Welcome back to the morning show on XL7-TV. Our guest is Dr. Jake Long. He's the superintendent of Mountain Home Public Schools. And while we were on the break, we were talking about the millage and 17 votes, I guess.
Yeah,
17 votes. So yeah,
it was definitely heartbreaking, and but it also tells us, gives us some good direction on what we need to do. The thing that is consistent here is that, number one, the issues we're trying to correct, are not wants, they're needs, and the needs are not going away. And so, really what we're going to focus on over the next, 6 to 8 weeks and is just listening to the public on, okay, we didn't want that. What do we want?
Yeah.
And continue to make sure and inform them of the overall issues and educate everybody. There's a number of things we knew going into it, that it was going to be a difficult time, just because of the number of things that kind of started stacking up against us after the first of the year, with inflation costs, and then the rise of gas prices, and then the one thing that we didn't predict at all was the everybody being given their notice of assessed value increasing. Of course, there's an education to that side of it that I think definitely needs to be done, particularly with those that qualify for their assessed value to be frozen at the age of 65. So there's definitely some education for us all on this, on the matter, but once again, the need's not going to go away, and so we got to I'm going to listen and see what the public wants to do with it.
Sure. I mean, after the election, I started seeing comments on why it shouldn't have passed, and some people were saying that you were trying to build a Cadillac instead of a Chevy. That was one of the comments that pointed out. And I thought, I mean, when you're in the millions of dollars anyways, why not make something great for the kids? So is that something you're going to be looking at?
Yeah, and I did hear that piece of feedback, but I don't know if anybody's gone to the car lots lately, and a Chevy's pretty expensive too.
Tell me about it.
And so, and I say that a little bit tongue-in-cheek, meaning that constructions, and particularly commercial construction, costs a lot.
Yes, it does.
And the only thing that I would say within this building that, if anybody wants to say that it's a Cadillac, I think the only reason why people view it as a Cadillac is there's windows, and really, say you take out the windows and replace it with brick and block,
right?
On a $47 million or a $40 million project, we're talking thousands of dollars, not millions of dollars,
right?
In which you now make that Cadillac a Chevy, and because that's it. I mean, the outside of that, it's a rectangular building. We're having to go vertical because of the space that we have there, and so that I think people feel like that makes it a Cadillac, but it's not. We're having to go vertical because of the space, and outside of the windows, we're talking about a block and brick and steel and some wood beams and concrete floors building, and it's rectangular. It's not like it's the other parts of the outside have the metal panel just like we have up. So I think a little bit of education on that allows people to also know. The second part about that I've already began working on is whenever people see the renderings and the pictures that we have right now, that's only phase one. The $47 million that we need and ask for does go ahead and build both phase 1 and phase 2. And so because of the design process, we did not have some of those imaging, true imagings to be able to show people here's what the entire thing was.
Sure.
Because phase 1's about 90,000 square feet. Well, phase 2 is about 85,000 square feet. So there's that much more, to the facility than we, I guess, were able to show people. But, we were trying to get the design process, as clear as possible to not just create a pipe dream, but truly show people, what their money would be going for. And so we're going to we're going to make sure that we're able to show the complete picture there, because I want, and then maybe they'll understand that it's not necessarily just Cadillac. The other points of emphasis that that we heard through there was that the district has $43 million. Why would they be asking for another 47? That's not true. We don't have that kind of money into the bank. We currently have about 3.9 in our building fund, which is for general capital improvement projects. That's how we last year put a $2 million roof on the junior high.
That's right.
And that's how we surface parking lots. That's how we redo bathrooms. Pinkston, for example, we've spent over $100,000 on just redoing all their bathrooms this year. So it's something that you have to have there when you have 7 campuses. You're serving nearly 4,000 kids. You got to have a little bit of money there to take care of the assets that you have. So that's the 3.9 in the building fund, and then we keep an operating range, which is limited by the legislature, and so that's basically, making sure you have enough money and cash on hand to pay your bills for 2 or 3 months if revenue stops.
And that again is regulated and required by the state.
That's right. That's right. And so that amounts about 6.5. Our overall budget is about $38 million on an annual basis, and so I know those are fairly large numbers, but I think it's important that the public remember, we have 500 employees, serving about 4,000 kids. We have 7 separate campuses on over 100 acres. So I mean, it's a fairly large operation when it comes to the whole scope of things there.
Yeah. And the last time you were on, you spoke about, I think we were 4th or 5th in the state of being the lowest millage, and some areas have higher taxes and smaller schools. And so, what you're asking for is, like I said, people aren't, I don't think they were as well educated as we had hoped to know that you take care of buildings like the junior high, you put a roof on it when it needed it. You're doing the repairs, but this time, this school, it needs too much.
Well, what would happen if we would go into the high school and just say put a roof on it to stop the water running in? What we're doing is we're going to spend somewhere in the neighborhood of $5 to $7 million and not touch anything underneath
inside of it,
which is really a good percentage of the infrastructure challenges, because you got to remember that metal structure is nothing more than a pre-engineered manufacturing metal shell that's covering up the 66 campus. And so, I don't want to spend too much time there because, my ears are open. And, we did lose, the millage did not pass by 17 votes, but there was, 1,592 yes votes, and so the community definitely recognizes the need. We just need to make sure that we continue to work hard to educate the public on the overall situation.
Yeah. You lost the battle, but the war is not over.
No,
because
far from over.
At the end of the road, at the end of the day, that project still has to happen one way or another.
Yeah.
And so that battle is over.
At least, I mean, that's the way I see it, and it's not just the way I see it all either. That the state has, issued, and said that this project does qualify. This project does qualify for demolition and replace, and so that makes it a project in which the legislature will look at funding on the percentage in which we qualify. So I anticipate us getting some, all that's going to continue to, move down the road. But basically, it has to happen. And they're going to, make sure that it happens. And the most economical thing to do is a true demo and replace.
Yeah.
We're going to spend a lot more money if we try to renovate what's underneath that entire structure.
It's 7:30, about 1, so we're going to take a short break, and we'll come back with more from Dr. Jake Long here in a second.
Diatley Dental Care is a family-owned dental practice. Doctors Irvin and Christina Diatley grew up in the Twin Lakes area and are proud to serve the community. With modern treatment methods and state-of-the-art technology, they are dedicated to providing exemplary care to patients of all ages. Our compassionate team consistently receives training above and beyond the standard of care.
We're changing the way you see dentistry.
Come be a part of our dental family.
Overhead Door, a garage door company that has been with your family from the beginning, through all the ups and downs of life. From the small repairs to making your vision a reality. Overhead Door, your trusted garage door expert since 1921. Be sure you're getting the genuine, the original overhead door service.
Call Overhead Door Company of North Arkansas today in Mountain Home. Scrap Daddy's Metals is a full-service scrap recycling center accepting your scrap metals for recycling, paying you top dollar for all of your recyclable metals. They even buy cars and catalytic converters. Give them a call today at 870-424-6120 or visit them at 2821 Highway 5 North in Mountain Home. At Letty's Mexican Restaurant, we're here to keep you safe during these difficult times, as well as serve you the best Mexican food in the area. That's why we've installed a convenient pickup window for all your to-go and pickup orders, as well as a covered outdoor seating area. Give us a call at 870-435-2532 to order your next meal. And don't forget, Letty's also provides catering for small parties or big events. Experience the best in Mexican cuisine. Letty's in Gassville. Close to
Welcome back to the morning show on XL7-TV. Our guest Jake Long has decided to come on and tell us more about what's going to happen next.
Well,
that's
not totally true. This is his normal monthly spot.
So, the first thing that I'd like to say is regarding that is I have established kind of a public meeting on August 25th, and I'm going to have a series of these over the course of here the last part of August and 1st of September, and then throughout the month of September, so we can begin formulating whatever direction we're going to go. But so that whole issue, we're listening, but it has really allowed us to shift our focus, towards the start of school. Not that the start of school wasn't our focus, but it it is our focus now, because we do have a large about 4,000 kids showing up on August 22nd. Our teachers reported yesterday, so it's so good to see them back in the saddle and ready to roll. And the excitement for this school year is going to be awesome, and I'm really looking forward to having our kids there, because if we'll think back, and none of us want to dwell on COVID any more than what we already have, but
Sure.
it's the first time in 3 years, guys, that since the 1920 start of school year, that it's, that we haven't, had a significant amount of distractions around that whole.
Feels like getting back to normal.
It really does, and the start of school has just been great, and we're really, I'm encouraging our teachers to, if nothing else, focus on the kids, focus on making the learning fun and engaging, because I think there are so many barriers over the past 3 years that took the distractions off and created a ton of distractions, and just really encouraging our teachers to focus on the kids and to make the learning fun and engaging. So I'm excited about that. There's a lot of good events coming up in the future. The first one being open house on August the 16th. So that'll be next Tuesday from, I believe it's 1 to 7. That will be by appointments for our elementary age, which will be K through 5. And then at Pinkston Junior High and High School, it'll be more the drop-in traditional open houses, so the families and the students can get around and see all of their kids. We do have a number of new administrative folks that are going to be leading up the charge at each of those buildings, and so I always feel like it's important for both the public and the parents or grandparents to know and understand who is, calling the shots, who's the principal at each of those buildings, because they need to know if they have an issue, who they need to go to. So Mr. Kevin Roach, this will be the start of his second year at the kindergarten, and Kevin and his staff do a fantastic job bringing the kids in, and that first day of school at the kindergarten is like nothing else, because the kids are wide-eyed, the parents are wide-eyed, they don't really know what to expect, and then you have these very veteran team of teachers that bring the kids in, and they just do a marvelous job of getting the kids accustomed.
That's excellent. Yeah.
So the kindergarten is a special day on the first day of school, and I look forward to that. At Nelson Wilkes Heron, Miss Judy Lawrence is our new principal there.
Okay.
She will be assisted by Shatta Hamilton. And so that is a new team for our first and second grade building. And really excited about the things that they're bringing in. They're really opening up the doors to the parents in a safe way, and in a way in which making sure that we have the safety protocols there, but also, parents need to be a part of the educational process, and they need to be involved in the kids' education.
Definitely, yeah.
And so that's going to kind of be a point of emphasis across the district overall. Mr. Bogier is going to be serving as our interim principal at Hackler, because Miss Dewey, she made a late transition in June from Hackler to assistant superintendent, and so she's coming and she helps. She's assisting me there at central office. So Mr. Bogier, along with Tom Etheridge and Kristen Goodwin, have that administrative team there at Hackler. At Pinkston, we have a whole new administrative team there. Mr. Justin Smith. Justin comes to us from the Prairie Grove area, and he's been serving as an administrator and football coach at West Fork over on the west side of the state. But he's a native from northeast Arkansas, and both him and his wife will be working for us. They have a set of twins and a third grader, and so it's a beautiful family that we're very blessed to have in here, and a great educator is going to be a nice addition there at Pinkston. He's assisted by Lindsay Kincaid. Lindsay's been a long-term teacher within the district. She's a long-term Bomber and Mountain Home native, and so you have a nice blend at Pinkston of both hometown, home raised, and then also, an outside perspective. Kyle McCarn and Christy Majors are our junior high team, and they'll be working with both the faculty and students there. And then Mary Beth Russell is our high school principal, along with assisted by Jason Morris, Steve Morris, and Philip Goodwin. And so good team there, and I'm really excited about this school year, and I think our parents should be excited about all the opportunities our kids are going to have as well.
It's going to be great.
Yep.
Most definitely.
They, you going to say something, Bob?
Yeah, people ask about the Guy Berry School.
Okay.
Is that under the jurisdiction of Mount Home Public Schools, or is that?
It
separate?
absolutely is, and I appreciate you making sure I didn't leave them out. And so, Mr. Jeff Kincaid is the director at Guy Berry, and Guy Berry is an alternative learning center, but this year it is serving as a little bit different of a model. Still serving our most at-risk kids, but Guy Berry is now its own standalone conversion charter school, still under the umbrella of Mount Home Public Schools, but they will serve 6th through 12th graders through, with any students that are at risk, or even students that want to learn through like an engaging hands-on manufacturing type processes. So they're going to start by learning within the marine manufacturing industry. But I anticipate that to expand to a number of trades and
I can see that
and
happening
directions.
too. Yeah.
But so people want to know, so what's different about that versus your traditional education? Our staff have been working, our Guy Berry staff have been working very hard over the past really three or 4 months, and they've been building in their learning standards into project-based learning opportunities. So what does that mean? So let's just take say we're building a fiberglass box for a canoe or a boat. All right. So there's a number of processes that go into building that box that we know require math, science, English, and social studies. So math would be pretty easy. Science is going to be pretty easy when you start looking at whatever those grade level learning standards are. English, you think about what directions have to be read, what kind of reflections need to be made within there. And so that's kind of the way that they're framing up. They're building as many learning standards as they possibly can within real hands-on life, lessons that may be guided in the marine industry.
Sometimes that's the best way to learn.
No doubt about it.
Yeah.
That's probably the way that I learned the most was through getting my hands dirty on something, and that's really what I enjoyed about my teaching time. Was I taught an introduction to welding. I was an old industrial arts teacher, and so it was always engaging with the kids. Well, number one, because you're playing with fire.
Exactly.
And what ninth graders or 10th graders didn't enjoy to light something up on fire.
Yeah.
Now you have a control. If you ever welded, you know that's a controlled process, but that's what
it's
you're
still
doing.
Cool.
That's what you're doing.
I enjoyed it when I was in high school. Yeah.
And so anything that we can make the learning directed through life application is definitely a good thing. So.
Definitely. Well, we'll take a short break. It's 7:44. It's a little early, but we'll take a short break and come back with Dr. Jack Long, Superintendent of Mountain Home Public Schools.
Close to Lake Norfolk and a short journey to Jordan County Line Liquor is your destination for all your refreshment needs. They offer the widest variety of all your wines, beers, and liquors with the cleanest atmosphere and the largest selection in the area. Not sure what to get? Ask Jordan County Line Liquor's friendly and knowledgeable staff for an expert recommendation you can't go wrong with. Also, don't forget about the Smoker's Den for all your smoking and accessory needs. That's Jordan County Line Liquor, close to Lake Norfolk, located on Highway 177 in Jordan, Arkansas.
Ever been in a cave before?
It's our first time.
All right.
Where are you going?
I'll see you at the car!
But how will we?
The car! Your offer has been accepted. Ever bought a house before?
It's our first time.
All right.
Where are you going?
I'll see you at the closing.
But how will we?
The closing!
It's a matter of taste, and at Brick Oven Pizza Company in Mountain Home, delicious taste is all you will find. Enjoy signature crafted pizzas and appetizers, as well as oven-baked sandwiches, quesadillas, salads, pastas, and desserts. When it comes time to relax or meet up with friends, Brick Oven Pizza has you covered. Handmade cocktails and ice-cold beer are always available at their fully stocked bar. No time to dine in? No problem. Call in your order and use Brick Oven's convenient drive-thru window for all your to-go orders. It's a matter of taste at Brick Oven Pizza Company in Mountain Home.
Have you ever noticed every time you wash your car, you end up wetter than the actual car? Next time, run down to Car Care and let the friendly staff put a smile on your face. Car Care of Mountain Home has a variety of services to clean your vehicle's needs, inside and out. From a simple wash and shine to their outstanding detailed services. Located 1525 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. Stop by Car Care Mountain Home today, because driving a clean car always makes you feel good.
At
List of things.
Welcome back to the morning show on XL7-TV. We want to thank you for joining us. Our guest, Dr. Jake Long, Superintendent of Mountain Home Public Schools, is here to tell us all about this year.
Yeah.
It's starting off with a bang, I think.
Yeah, I believe so. And our kids are excited. Of course, junior high parents, they had the opportunity to go ahead and pick up their Chromebooks on Monday and Tuesday of this week. But the first next opportunity will be that open house on August 16th.
Mm-hmm.
And then next Friday, I anticipate this being a huge event. We have our Bomber Fest, and so I believe, Bob, correct me if I'm wrong, but this will be the first Bomber Fest in 3 years, I believe, as well. So
the full-blown actual, here we go. Yeah.
So I anticipate the Bomber community to pour into that, and so that will happen on August 19th. A good part about this year's Bomber Fest is, it's actually coupled with I guess it's not a real game, but a higher level competition. And so Jonesboro is coming to town on the 19th and for our benefit game. And so, not only will folks get to have the celebration, they'll actually get to watch some good competition there. So are you guys streaming that?
Yeah.
I believe so.
We will be producing that on TV, so it'll be a good time.
Yeah, and we do appreciate the work that you guys do with bringing that to the public every Friday night.
Yeah, they do
I know
a
you
great
guys
job.
get tired of being on the road, especially with the travel schedule that we have. Is it any better? Have you looked at the miles that you're going to be putting in, or?
It's going to be over 2,000 anyway.
And that's another thing the public don't fully understand is the amount of miles in which we travel on a weekly basis, for kids' activities. And
Yeah.
I'm not just talking about, football, basketball, baseball, softball.
No, let's talk about FBLA and FFA and all that other bunch.
That's right. And FFA, they've been down to Hot Springs 2 or 3 times this summer.
Mm-hmm.
FBLA this summer, they went to Chicago and spent, I think, 10 days up there. So,
And people will ask, why does the school district spend that money to send those kids? Well, what people really don't understand is we have a nationally ranked FBLA team.
That's
here in
right.
Mountain Home.
That's right.
And you don't get that by not having good facilities and
That's
good
right.
teachers.
And you don't get it by not sending them to, the places to where they compete on a national level.
Mm-hmm.
And the truth is, our kids are competing on a national level when it comes to jobs as well. How many people right now are living right here in Baxter County and working globally, or at least nationally, just because of their ability to do? And so we saw a lot of that happen, through the past 3 years. A ton of people moving here because they can now work from a remote-ish, type location. And so I think that that's going to continue to be a trend that we see here.
Yeah.
Because more and more people, we're enrolling more and more kids that are coming from different areas of the country because they like our assets that we have here, and they can now work from a remote standpoint. We have great schools. We have a good partnership with the college. We have great health care. And so being able to couple all those things is what makes a community so vibrant and growing. And so, that kind of making a full circle here, all those things go into, keeping our home values up. All those things go into keeping, the businesses busy. And so while we may not like, our assessments going up, or while we may not like our millage rates going up, all that, there are those investments into those things that create a greater amount of commerce for the entire community. And while we want the right kind of growth, we don't want a steep incline of growth from an economic standpoint, but we do want that steady commerce to continue to build upon each other. And the schools is a big player in that overall economic commerce. I was talking to Danny Pugsley, I think a couple weeks ago, and she was rattling off some of the businesses here within our community that are nationally ranked, from the top within their chain. And so we're talking about the Walmarts, the O'Reillys, the McDonald's, the Popeyes. I mean, these national chain restaurants are ranked in the top, some of them top 10 nationally with the amount of business that they do. And so think about that. We service a much greater area than just, the county. But I bring all that to say that the investment into our schools, if we're talking about a millage or into the high school, and making that, right, pressing a reset button, not just a Band-Aid, is something that I firmly believe this community will receive dividends on for decades to come.
Definitely.
Because right now we've had the benefit of, the 66 investment, and that's served us well for decades. I mean, what we're doing here is not just something that's going to last 2 or 3 years.
And to talk about that just a minute, if you're going to, we can't put another Band-Aid on this thing.
No.
There's no reason to beat the dead horse. But we can either do a project that is going to satisfy the needs for the next 15 years, or we can do a project, real project, that will satisfy and last as long as the 66 project did.
That's right. And a lot of that comes down to back to the, Chevy versus Cadillac discussion. You want to use quality building materials that, that aren't extinct even in 30 years, because we need more than a 30-year lifespan out of a building. We need more like a 40, 50, 60-year lifespan. We know we'll have to put a roof on it in 25 to 35 years.
Sure.
I mean, that just has to happen.
Given, yeah.
We know that happens to everything. But that doesn't mean that we can't come in and build something that can last us for, 40, 50, 60 years. But to do that, you do need to use materials such as steel, masonry, brick, and concrete. I mean, you can't skimp on those, and you don't want to. And so 3 years ago, building prices, you probably would, and I'm just being very loose with what I'm saying here, you may have been residential $100 per square foot.
Right.
Commercial would have been $200 a square foot. Now, residential's pushing $200 a square foot. I won't say it's necessarily all the way there, but commercial is pushing $250 to $300 a square foot. So I mean the balance is still there, but when you take, it's simple math. Take 180,000 square feet and see, and then take those numbers that I just threw out there at $250, $275, $300 a square foot, and you'll see how this project costs so much. And it's not necessarily a Cadillac versus a Chevy. We're talking about a lot of square footage that has to be demoed and replaced and put back into place.
Has the school board, whenever something happens, because something's going to happen, has the school board made a commitment to trying to use as many local contractors as possible?
We have, and that I saw that in some of our messaging and feedback that was out there. We have identified a local construction manager. Okay, so I want to make sure that this is a clear point too, that a construction manager is one that has the knowledge of the industry, but more facilitates that process. And so even because we have chosen, and law allows us to choose and engage and contract with a construction manager, we are still required by the law to competitively bid every aspect of that. And so I don't anticipate one single person getting the old-time general contractor licensure, because each of the aspects of the project will have to be subbed out, and each of those aspects will have to be competitively bid through the state law. So, we haven't just taken one bid. And first of all, there has not been any bids on the high school project done. We have estimates. We have the number of square footage that we know we need, and we have some estimates based on other like projects around the region. And so that's where we're getting our idea of how much this facility, could potentially cost. So we have a construction manager identified locally, and he will be committed to utilizing as competitive of a local labor and workforce as we possibly can, but still every one of those aspects will have to be bid out. And we do have some flexibility in the bidding process based on not just the lowest price, but also the quality of work, reputation, local bids, but so all that is a balance, but every aspect of the project will have to be competitively bid according to state legislative audit and our own board policy standards.
Yeah, as well as it should be.
Yeah,
There's nothing
that's
wrong
right.
with that.
Oh, it has to be.
Yeah, very good. Well, we're down to the last couple of minutes. Anything you want to add?
No, just that school does start on August 22nd. So that morning you will see the normal school traffic busy.
It's back.
It's back. Make sure that you're paying attention to the bus drivers.
Yeah.
Making sure that you're paying attention to the stop signs coming out. We are putting an extra emphasis on school safety and securing. We know how important that is always, but it's going to be, it's going to be very important to our parents as we come forward. So, be patient with us through those processes, because our site administrators are going above and beyond and making sure, we get the kids in and out safely.
Right.
And then the driver. The bus situation is always a bottleneck on the first
few days.
And so
I remember
we're going to be late the first few days, both picking up and dropping off. So just know that that's going to be a given. But we're going to also take our time and do it in a safe manner as we possibly can.
Because not only does school start on the 22nd, right?
Yeah.
Baxter County Fair starts on the 23rd.
Oh yeah. Yeah, so we have a really unique community dynamic that's going to be going on here that first week of school. But should be an exciting time.
Oh yeah.
And we live in a great community, and we've talked a little bit here about the challenges that we have, particularly with this project. But this community is awesome.
Yes, it is.
And it's awesome because of the people that live and work here.
We appreciate you having on. We appreciate you all watching. Y'all have a good day, and you'll be back tomorrow with Bob Rechtenwald for some sports, right?
Yep.
Have a good day.